What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Better Mark. Hopefully everybody still has their fingers and all their digits after a very hopefully non-eventful 4th of July. Had a blast, keeping the party going into the weekend. And what better way not to do that than have a stringing together some successful cashing nights within the betting card. So let's get into the Saturday, July 6th Major League Baseball betting card. Give you guys my best bets. I'm going to have 5 bets in tonight's games. I'm going to get this video out for you guys a little bit earlier today, just due to the nature of the earlier starts on weekends. So hopefully you guys all consider subscribing to down below. I appreciate you guys, all my channel members out there. Shout out to you guys as well. It's been a very good run since starting this channel back up in February of this year, so can't do without you guys. So I want to just say thank you and get into the picks. Also, I will give you guys my leans and indications for each and every game. We'll talk about all the pitching matchups. Apologies, I'm kind of doing this out on the patio here. I'm away from the house today, so just bear with me. Hopefully the volume's not too bad, but I'll get out the 5 best bets, and also we're going to throw together a little money line parlay of the day as well. Get you guys kind of moving into this weekend. Little recap from yesterday. Soccer's been very profitable. I gave out some soccer plays in the comments to a couple people that have been mentioning stuff. So if you guys want to know more, sometimes like on this YouTube stuff, you can't make videos and talk about, this random game here, random game there. I'm not at that point yet where I'm doing this like 100% full time. Probably won't ever be honest. I just do this for fun, so it's not how I make my living. I use different avenues for that, so thankfully I don't have to rely on YouTube, but I just enjoy talking to you guys every day and giving you the picks, and I love talking sports betting, so that's kind of why I do it. It's just kind of a nice hobby and a good way to get through the coffee in the morning. So let's get into the picks. Also, I do want to shout out, if you guys want to get into the Discord, links down below, totally free. Also, follow me on X. Trying to build that platform over there as well as become a channel member. It's I don't charge for picks. Yesterday, went 3 for 4. Day before we cashed as well. So it's just a good way to give back to the channel. In that regard. So with that being said, let's get down into it. All right, guys, and here are the picks for today's card. As we look into the odds jam, let's go over some games, and we're going to kind of get into this kind of rapid fire, because there are a lot of games I like, but not in the way that I normally do, just full disclosure. So first one out there is Boston and the Yankees. Okay, so we got a $1.60 for the Yankees. Not looking to lay that. I don't trust Garrett Cole yet. If anything, I would be back in the Red Sox in this matchup. Josh Winkowski, kind of hilarious story if you know anything about how he came up through the minors, and I think he quit baseball together or something like that. I'm kind of semi big into trading cards, so I got tons of his rookie card basically. And then he ended up like quitting baseball, but that has nothing to do with sports gambling. So just kind of ranting a little bit on that. But no, I don't trust Garrett Cole yet. So, and quite frankly, the Yankees lineup, I think we're starting to see something where, these teams start having a little bit more fun. 4th of July, take your foot off the gas before the All-Star break. There's no question that Judge is definitely going to be up there for MVP consideration, but I've been noticing a little bit of a kind of a weird trend with him, so I'm not fully backing the Yankees. I'm kind of fading them right now, to be honest. They have dropped a lot in terms of kind of where we're at in the season. If you want to talk about power rankings, I'm not going to move those at all, but Boston's won 5 straight, and the Yankees have dropped 4 or 5, and it's been kind of ugly. So we'll see how much people they rest as we get closer to the All-Star break. But like I said, it's Red Sox or nothing. Maybe a little play on the over, but I don't really like this game at all. Okay, Astros and Twins. So we were able to cash that. Cash that yesterday. Kind of the same handicap today. I just think it's way too much runs in terms of kind of the in terms of plus 1.5, and even plus 112. I just think the Astros are just not getting respected. If you look at them kind of across the market, you can look into some of the numbers. I know the Twins have a great power ranking. The numbers are there, but this is something where this almost made my card. I really have a hard time turning down the Astros money line at plus money. Astros won 4 out of their last 5. They tried to give that game up last night. They tried to do it. They were up, I think, 13-5 in the 9th inning or so, and the Twins fought back. So, I think this total might be a little bit too low, to be honest. I know they got a couple guys banged up But this is something where when they get Kyle Tucker back, if the Astros can find their stride, watch out. So if you can find some plus money futures bets on the Astros at the AL West, that's something where I might entertain that. This is kind of when I start looking for value, right? Get everybody thinking about football, and we can start banging out some, futures bets within baseball, where I think you can catch a lot of people sleeping, especially within, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, all those good prop markets. So futures are live, and I think the Astros are live as well. Definitely going to be backing them a little bit in a couple futures plays. I know a lot of people don't like the Astros per se because of the scandals, so on and so forth, but let's get over it, guys. Let's just make some money. And this is something where it almost made my card. I really did like the Astros. Not doing it though. Plus 112. If we had anybody else on the mound for the Twins, I probably would be all about that. So I'm going to stay away from them for the most part. So, but thanks for the Astros coming to play yesterday and putting up some runs. We were able to cash that pretty easily. All right, the Angels Cubs. We have a plus 130 number for the Angels. Cubs, this is something where we're going to continue to fade the Angels. We were on the had a lean towards the under. That cashed with ease yesterday, as well as the Chicago run line that was able to get that done as well. No play for me in this. If you want to look into something, I would look into nrfi's no run first inning. This is a game where I see this happening. But it's Cubs or nothing. I'm not going to be betting the Angels until they get healthy, and quite frankly, until they get rid of Mike Trout and start moving on with that franchise. All right. So I'm going to stay away from this. It's a no-run first-inning bet or nothing. All right, Mets, Pirates. Let's look for some regression today. We saw kind of, a little bit of the 4th of July in Pittsburgh yesterday as they dropped the Mets, I think, 14-2. So that was not Paul Skeens putting up 14 runs, but here's where we have kind of a different matchup where you look into David Peterson and Bailey Falter. All right. I do see some runs in this, but I think it's going to be on the heels of the Mets, little bit of a reversion to what we're expected. Okay, so both of these teams essentially 500. It's coming down to a pretty good matchup in the NL. I think the Pirates are one of the more undervalued teams. We'll see what happens with them towards the trade deadline. I think they're going to possibly be just kind of staying put. It's something where they have a lot of momentum. And they do have a lot of players, a lot of good players. But quite frankly, I think that if I was the GM of the Pirates, I know it's a ticket seller. I know it's all good for that, but I would sell literally Paul Skeens. I would trade his ass to Baltimore for their entire farm system. Sell him while he's hot. It's a pitcher's kind of world where you just never know when that arm's going to give out, and he throws way too many fastballs and hard off speed. Up at that tier of velocity that anything can happen. And if I can go get me, tier 1 caliber, major league kind of caliber ready position players, outfielders, corner infielders from the Orioles. Excuse me, my allergies are absolutely killing me. All right, then that's something that I would entertain. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. So for this game, it's Mets or nothing, and I don't expect anything close to a 14-2 game in this contest. All right, and then we're gonna hit the excuse me. Then we're gonna hit Tampa Bay and Texas. Okay, this is something where Texas Rangers won 3-0 last night, and Andrew Heaney, kind of crazy story after the season last year. Now he's 3-9 on the season, 4.04. One of the more disappointing stories, kind of maybe of a World Series curse, right? The Rangers and the Diamondbacks. What a shit show they have been this season. We're seeing the Diamondbacks kind of snap back, but they continued not to stay healthy. So kind of where we're at in this. If we're going to bet this game, it's Tampa Bay or nothing. Kind of like Taj Bradley getting minus 105, especially off a loss. That is kind of an appealing bet to me. That would be where I was at if I was going to play this game, but no official play. All right. And then we will get into a play that we are going to have a bet in. We are going to be taking the over 9 runs. Okay. This is plus 100 within St. Louis and Washington Nationals. This will be an official play. All right. We look at this, and quite frankly, the matchup between what we have going on with Lance Lynn and Mackenzie Gore. I know that Mackenzie Gore kind of can get it done. 107 strikeouts on the season, 6-7 record, 3.47 ERA. But we look at Lance Lynn, and I just think that the Nationals, kind of have a weird way of playing baseball, and this is a perfect spot for the Nationals. I actually like the Nationals on straight up on the money line. But to be honest with you guys, if that's going to happen, the over is going to cash with ease. I look at this game minimum 5-4, 6-4 contest. So let's take the over 9, give us some value at plus 100, and hopefully we cash this ticket. All right, and then we're going to get into Baltimore and Oakland. I'm going to kind of stay away from this one in a weird sense of the manner. If we look into kind of what's going on, Cade Povich going against Luis Medina. I'm not necessarily fading the Orioles, but at $1.84, unless you're going to put them in a money line parlay, I don't really see the value. We saw yesterday they tried to lose that game 3-2 against the Athletics. It's just a weird spot for the A's. I could see this being kind of a letdown spot, and of course, definite sweep candidate anytime you face the Oakland Athletics. But I do look for Baltimore possibly to kind of get caught sleeping in this one. So I'm not going to lay the $1.70 for all you kind of dogs out there that bet the dogs. Plus 158 for the A's. It's kind of enticing. So not opposed to that either, but I am going to stay away from that game. Okay. And then let's get into the next game on the card. We have the likes of Detroit and Cincinnati. Kind of a weird game yesterday as well. Cincinnati was a very sharp play across the board. I know a lot of people that were on Cincinnati kind of staring me dead in the face, and Detroit ended up winning that game, I think 3-2 or 4-3, something like that. So here we are again, Cincinnati with having the minus by their name, minus 142. So they are $1.42 favorites. You can find that number as high as $1.50 in some places and above. So there is some value, kind of without knowing who the Tigers are going to roll out. Cincinnati off a loss. I kind of do like Cincinnati in this spot. Hunter Green pitching at home, kind of teed up spot for the Reds to bounce back. So if you do want to lay the VIG, this is something where I'm not going to be opposed to taking Cincinnati. So it's money line or nothing for me and backing Hunter Green, especially if the Tigers kind of have a call-up day or something along those lines. So I'm not scared of the over 9 as well. Okay. Next one is a bounce-back game as well, San Francisco and Cleveland, right? Little rain delay. I think it screwed up Logan Allen's rhythm. I think they came out a little sluggish. Giants put up 3 in the first, and the Indians were never able to bounce back. So we're all over them today. Logan Allen on the bump going against Harrison for the Giants, and we are taking that minus 122. But this will be in the money line parlay of the day. It almost made my card as well, so strong lean towards the Tribe if you do want to get on board. Cleveland at home, very profitable system, and that's kind of what we're doing. It's too cheap, too much value on Cleveland. Logan Allen, 8-4 on the season. We have a lefty-lefty matchup, something where I see a little bit of a kind of a bounce back day. Also do like kind of a lot of runs in this contest as well. All right, then we're going to get into another game within Chicago, Miami. Not even going to talk about it. Garrett Crochet, Yanni Chirios, cross this one off. This is a crap-on-crap game. We're not even going to look at it. It's just not worth your time unless you guys, there's ways to put money better elsewhere. I can give you guys 3 of the soccer bets that would trump any one of these angles that you could take within the White Sox and Marlins. So let's just not even waste time talking about it. All right, next game out there is Toronto and Seattle. Okay, this will be an official play as well. We're taking the under 8.5. Kind of a trend that if you guys haven't been catching on to, Seattle has been, and I'm not going to give you the percentages because it's something where it's changed day to day. So you just got to trust me with the numbers. But Seattle at home, they are very profitable on the under. This is where you can see the 8.5. You could see, Toronto's liable to lay a dud. At one point in time, Emerson Hancock, the pitcher for the Mariners, was one of my favorite prospects that was coming up through the ranks. Uriel Rodriguez, too, going against a Mariners team that, quite frankly, they've caught on fire a little bit recently. Since I think it was that game against Baltimore where they came back and just put up a ton of runs. I think this was actually on July 4th. But nonetheless, I am backing the under 8.5 in this spot. I see this game possibly in the 2-1 territory again. So I think 8.5 is way too high of a number for me. So I'm all over Seattle under 8.5. All right. And then next game out there we are going to get into is Philly and Atlanta. This is a must play for me. I know it's staring me dead in the face. It's probably a sucker bet, and we're probably all going to laugh about it tomorrow. But I can't turn down plus money with the Phillies. So Ranger Suarez 10-2 on the season, 2.27 ERA. We all know the story going against Spencer Swellenbach, who has shown signs of life. But nonetheless, I'm taking the Phillies on the money line at a plus price. I know that the road numbers are different than the home numbers. I'm not ignorant to all the statistics and the underlying reasons why you shouldn't take the Phillies, but this is kind of going back to kind of the play. If you do bet baseball every single day, you know, the sharp side considerably is Atlanta minus 105, but you give me a coin flip with the better pitcher, I am taking plus money all day and twice on Sunday. So that's kind of how I'm treating this game. All right, Milwaukee and the Dodgers. This is something where we're going to go into over territory once more. And for all you Dodgers backers out there, minus 103, this number has since moved. Okay, we did see there might be a little bit of a pitching shakeup, but this number has since moved since I started recording. But we have Freddie Peralta going against James Paxton. So I'm a big James Paxton guy. I know he had a bad start last time out. I'm also a big Freddie Peralta guy, but you just never know what you're going to get other than strikeouts. So in this matchup, look for the over. I think it's way too low. This is something where I know you guys are probably joking, but it should be a half point. But we saw what happened yesterday, 8-5. Will Smith sealing the deal with a 3-run bomb. I think it was in the 8th inning or 7th inning, something like that. So I like the Dodgers at home. Sometimes when you get that train running, Freddie Freeman's been having kind of a down couple games. Same thing for Ohtani, really. So I look for these guys to bounce back. Sometimes you can really get Peralta's number. Would not shock me if the Dodgers get 5 runs up, in the first 5 innings. And then having that said, we can easily cover this 8.5 number if we can. You can also buy the half point if you want to have some insurance on an 8. But for me, kind of a contrarian play. We're going to fade these two pitchers and go over. I'm going to keep riding my Dodgers over until it bucks. Sometimes I bet things that, spur of the moment and sneaking in some Discord plays. I know a lot of people have been on the Dodgers overs, and that's kind of what we've been doing. And that's something doesn't necessarily make the YouTube channel, but we have been cashing on those Dodgers overs for the last few games. But okay, then we will get into the last 2 games on the card. Forgive me if I did skip over any, but I don't think I did. Kansas City and Colorado. Wanted to bet Kansas City, just couldn't find a way to get them in the mix in terms of straight up, but we will have them in the money line parlay of the day, so stay tuned for that. We are taking that money line in that bet, but I do like them over the Rockies, but plus, $1.70 on the road. Not interested in doing that. Seth Lugo, 11-2 on the season, kind of outstanding campaign, but we have seen some signs where he does struggle. So a little bit too much exposure for me taking that spot. Rockies have been kind of winning baseball games out of nowhere too as well. So, but I am gonna have them in the mix, but only in that regard. All right, Diamondbacks and Padres, and this will be the last play that actually made my betting card. We are playing a lot of over-unders today, a lot of totals. I like the value on totals more so than on sides and run lines today. We're going to be taking the over 7.5. This number is just way too low. By the time you guys watch this video, it's probably going to be at 8. And if it goes down the other way or stays at 7.5, then these guys obviously, they know something that I don't. But this game should have a ton of runs. The Padres have been sneakily a great offensive team as of recent. So I look for that trend to continue against the Diamondbacks at home. I know the Diamondbacks roster is a little bit banged up, but I'm not going to shy away from it. Matt Waldron, 5-7 on the season, 3.56 ERA. I think he can give up, 4 runs. I see the Padres winning this game with at least 4 runs themselves. So I don't think the 8's going to be hard to get to. So I am taking the over 7.5 for the Arizona and Diamondbacks game. So that's what we got going on. Just a quick recap of the picks. But before we hit it, make sure you guys all subscribe down below. Let me pull up this for you guys. Give me 1 second, and here is the picks. This will also show the money line parlay of the day that we are doing. Cleveland on a bounce back, Philly plus 100, Kansas City money line, and the Dodgers money line as well. That's going to pay a plus 926 price. So that is something where I'm going to put, I call them fun coupons. So was able to cash a lot of units yesterday. So I kind of press. I know a lot of people out there are going to say, oh, parlays are bad. But yeah, I'm not betting anything that, I kind of care about. I kind of look at it like house money. Sometimes I press a unit on a parlay, and then if it hits, then all of a sudden you're up 9 units, and just kind of going down the. It allows you to bet in a way that keeps your risk kind of tempered, but it also gives you a chance to hit those home runs that really can bolster your bankroll. And quite frankly, for those of you guys out there that have been doing this for a while, I personally find myself battling with two mindsets. Do you bet better with having a cushion, having a bigger bankroll, or do you bet better when you are kind of having your back up against the wall and you really need one, and you've been on a losing streak and you kind of have to bet on yourself and trust the process? So let me know down below in the comments, which way do you guys find yourself making better picks? Is it when your back's up against the wall, or is it when you've been kind of running hot and you feel like there's like somebody chasing you almost mindset wise? Let me know down below in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, hop on over to the Discord if you have not yet done so. Smash that like button. Congrats to who tailed me the last couple days. It's been kind of a fun run, but still looking to get those sweeps. Those are the ones that really get us home in the right direction. So appreciate you guys. Subscribe down below. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Cheers. Good luck.